all in the question asking. And I just like to add to that, when I have situations like that, I'll ask the seller, Mr. Smith, what are you looking for that? We seem to have a difference of whatever the number is, 10,000, 5,000, 20,000. We have a difference here. So let's say it's 5,000. I'd say, Mr. Seller, what do you need that extra money for? Because you'd be surprised. I've had somebody say I needed to move, and I was able to get a church to move him for free. So there, we took care of that 5,000. Sometimes you just got to negotiate the problem and show, because they have all these things counted. You know, I need to spend the money on this. And ask them, what do you need the extra money for? It doesn't seem to be coming out of here. And if it's something you can do, offer to do it. But if it doesn't make sense for you to do it, you still want to keep building rapport, and you want to have the scripts. Just like he said, I would have said, but given the same answer. You know, right, you're telling me if this was a bathroom, if this looked like that, we could get more money. But I've got to come in now and make it look like that. So you're putting me to work, just like William said. So always be willing to just have a conversation. And that's why we're calling it Conversations with Sellers. We're not saying get the listing, you know, get the signature, get the contract. It's conversations. And you're just fishing to see who is really looking, you know, to fit in for what you're looking for. You're looking to see if there's any agreement. And then you know that's the deal you want to do. But another reason that people don't focus on conversations is because they're not doing the other stuff that they need to do so they can have more deals. Like I say to people all the time, if you're doing a yellow letter campaign, it's not a campaign if you send out 3 letters. It's not a campaign if you send out 10 letters, or if you got the envelopes and you have them sitting in your, you know, your living room somewhere. That's not a campaign. You got to get into the habit. A campaign is something you do consistently. If you're going to do 50 letters a week, get in the habit of 50 letters a week. If you want to start with 20 because you're concerned about the stamps or, you know, the yellow pad or whatever your budget is, figure out a budget that's comfortable for you. But the numbers have to be consistent. Like Ken, you're focusing on trailer homes, right? So if you just talk to one homeowner, you'll never get a deal. But I like what you said. You're going into parks and having conversations with a lot of people. But if you did that one time and you didn't do it again until 2015, would you have a deal? Right. It's got to be consistent. So you got to really make it consistent. Start building new habits. If you know, don't sit and watch TV. If you could watch TV and write a letter, do that. Put systems in place. Put a schedule in place that is going to make you do what you need to do. And the reason William and I can walk away from deals, because again, I have conversations with him. There's a few people at Georgia that I have conversations with, and they could walk away from a deal because they have at least 10 people that they're still talking to. The phones are ringing because we constantly do our marketing. I do a lot of yellow letters a week, a lot. And then I also, you know, then you got to figure out where you're going to get these yellow letters from, the list. You can't always just use the list everybody else is using. You got to build on top of that. Don't do the minimum. A guru, which I know a lot of people hate to hear that word, but Mike Ferry once told me years ago, and again, he was my second real estate mentor. Robert Allen was the first, but he always